It taught me how to be responsible, consistent. It taught me how to take care of myself first, fill up my own cup. It taught me how to be appreciative and loving in my relationships. It taught me to every single day learn something new and teach what I learned to someone else, whether that's my partner, teaching her about something that I learned, or a client that I'm sitting down with, or one of my health coaches, teaching them something that I learned new, or maybe I learned something and I posted on Facebook. That's considered learning and teaching. So I want to briefly go over the 4 dimensions and what you can do on a daily basis to cover all 4. It's super easy. And then what you can do to discover your values. So in my Are you happy? Do you wake up every single morning with love in your heart and a smile on your face and excitement to get up and experience a brand new day? Are you happy? Do you have joy in your heart? Do you have amazing relationships? Are you having fun in your life? I'm Dr. CJ Benkert from Pura Vida Wellness, pure life living, pure body, pure spirit, pure heart, and pure mind. We are continuing our discussion this week on our 7th core concept. We have 12 core concepts to living an amazing, peaceful, fun-filled, joyous, healthy life. This week, we have been spending our time talking about the 7th core concept, which is grounding or earthing. I also think of grounding and earthing as being balanced. So if you've missed any of this week's teachings on being grounded and earthing, please go back and watch those teachings. We went into detail about how to connect with the earth, the scientific basis of earthing, one of the missing links of health and the cause of chronic disease this day and age is inflammation. And there's nothing more powerful than just standing barefooted on the earth to decrease inflammation, have anti-aging properties occurring, antioxidation. So today is the last training in this series of grounding and earthing. As we go along this journey, and all of my teaching videos start off live in Facebook on both the community page, my business page, and my personal page. And then we repackage this live training video and we put a nice topic and we put it into a nice organized playlist onto my YouTube channel. So if you're listening to my voice right now, or you're watching me either on Facebook, or maybe you're listening to me on my podcast, Pure Life Living with Dr. CJ, I want you to go to the YouTube channel. It's the best place to get the information and to be able to just glean little tidbits, little pearls of wisdom about just small incremental changes that you can make in your life. So the YouTube channel is Dr. CJ Benkert. Please go to the YouTube channel to watch any of my prior trainings. So go to the 7th core concept and watch all the different trainings on grounding and earthing. Today is the last training in this series of our 7th core concept. And today I want to teach you and talk to you about something that has absolutely 100% transformed my life. So my first major transformation in my life personally was 8 years ago when I figured out how to clean my body out at a cellular level using different forms of eating, healthy fats, ketosis, diet variation, a lot of the principles that Dr. Daniel Pompa had taught me and other mentors of mine have taught me over the years. And I took all the different principles and created the Putavida transformation system, which is what we have now 8 years later. So my first transformation in my life, I've always been on a spiritual journey. I've always wanted to learn and grow and be the best I can be. But 8 years ago, I found myself in a place, a very dark place. I was very depressed and I was not healthy. I was overweight and I was depressed and I was sick and I was inflamed and I was not happy. I did not wake up every morning with a smile on my face and joy in my heart. I did not have good, healthy, mature relationships. And when I finally took all the crap out of my diet and I figured out why I was addicted to sugar, and I taught my body how to be a fat burner instead of a sugar burner, that's when I, over a 2, 3, or 4 year period, was able to clean out my body, clean out my cells, detoxify my body, change my cells from 50, 60 years old metabolically, a slow, old, unhealthy metabolism, to now I'm usually in my 20s metabolically, depending on, my weight or activity, or whether I've been fasting, or whether I'm in a feast week with high carbs purposely. So I'm now in my 20s metabolically. I transformed my body first. And it was that body transformation 8 years ago that allowed me to start working on the other 3 dimensions in my life. So the 4 dimensions of healthy, balanced living is what I'd like to cover today. What is a 4D lifestyle anyway? What is a 4D lifestyle? Are you living a 4D lifestyle? Are you living a balanced lifestyle? In this video, in this training, I'm going to cover the 4D lifestyle. What are the 4 areas in your life that you want to be balanced in so that you can wake up every morning happy and joyful like I do? And then the last part of that 4D living, in order to really dial down that 4D living, that balanced lifestyle, you have to know what it is that's important to you. We all have different things that are important to us. We all have different gifts. Some of you are eye cells that help us see the big vision. Some of you are, liver cells that allow us to cleanse and detoxify and remove junk and negativity. Some of us are pancreas cells, allowing us to digest food and mull things over. We, just like our physical body, there's the body of humanity. And some of us have spiritual gifts to give. Some of us are really good at fixing computers. Some of us are amazing at taking care of children and having the patience and the wherewithal to just sit with them and be with them and let them know that they're important. But other people are uncomfortable being around kids, and it's just not their thing. So we're all different. We all have different places in the body of humanity. But 8 years ago, it wasn't until I got my body healthy that I was able to work on the other 4 dimensions of living. So the 4 dimensions of living are body, pure body, which just so happens to be one of my 12 core concepts. What a shocker. Pure spirit, which is another one of my 12 core concepts. Pure heart, again, another one of my 12 core concepts, and pure mind. So I'd like to just briefly describe each of those, because we've spent an entire week of training on pure body. We did that last week. And part of pure body was the first core concept, which is pure food, pure water, sugar versus fat burning, diet variation, fasting. So those were all kind of pure body concepts. And then we ended that last week with, pure body as far as muscle building, movement, exercise, stretching, etc. And the 7th core concept is earthing, grounding, getting back to who we are, what our heritage and our ancestors, what they lived, and living off the land and just getting back to the natural way of living. So pure body, briefly described, and every single day, and this was the second transformation that I had in my life. So 8 years ago, the first transformation was this dietary fat burning transformation, where I was able to take all of these amazing things that I had learned my entire life from a young girl all the way through chiropractic school and beyond. And I took all of these different principles of fasting and detoxification and fat burning and diet variation, and I put them into a program that we now call the Pura Vida Transformation System. Changed my life, changed my chiropractic patient's life. So powerful that I sold my practice a year later in 2015, and I went into full-time nutrition practice because I had always known and believed that your body can heal itself. And that's why I went to chiropractic school in the first place. But being a chiropractor for 20 years, working on people's bodies, I was so frustrated that people would get these amazing results after an adjustment, after the body work, after a massage, but then they would come back a week, a month later, I hurt again. And then I would ask them, well, did you make some of those changes that I talked to you about? You know, did you stop eating wheat flour? Did you start cutting the sugar out? You know, did you start, making some changes nutritionally so that we can bring the inflammation down and so that you just don't keep coming back in pain again, wanting me to just basically kind of fix you using chiropractic as a drug, basically. We were just using chiropractic to temporarily make them feel good, but it wasn't addressing the true cause of all dis-ease. And if you've listened to me for any time at all, you know that I believe, and science proves, that the main cause, the root cause of dis-ease, chronic illness, insulin resistance, cancer, you name it, is bad oils, primarily seed oils, processed sugar and grains, creates a huge amount of inflammation, and toxicity. And I would add a fourth, which would be stress, induced, brought on our own mental, emotional stress because of how we perceive life. So you want to reduce stress, you want to have a better life, I want to teach you the 4D lifestyle. So January of 2020, I went to a Men and Women of Iron training in British Columbia, Victoria, British Columbia, and I learned about figuring out who I am and where I was and being honest with where I was and who I am and what was important to me, figuring out my values and learning on a daily basis to live a balanced life in body, spirit, heart, and mind. And if you live a balanced life on a daily basis in body, spirit, heart, and mind, and you do that day in and day out, that was my second major transformation in my life. It taught me how to be responsible, consistent. It taught me how to take care of myself first, fill up my own cup. It taught me how to be appreciative and loving in my relationships. It taught me to every single day learn something new and teach what I learned to someone else, whether that's my partner, teaching her about something that I learned, or a client that I'm sitting down with, or one of my health coaches, teaching them something that I learned new, or maybe I learned something and I posted on Facebook. That's considered learning and teaching. So I want to briefly go over the 4 dimensions and what you can do on a daily basis to cover all 4. It's super easy. And then what you can do to discover your values. So in my Facebook group, and I'll make sure that it's posted in the YouTube channel associated with this video as well, I have a link that will take you to a questionnaire. There are 12 questions total that will take you through the process of determining what your values are. Because if you don't know what's important to you, then you don't know where to spend your time or what to do for a living. And if you don't know what's important to you, and if you're not doing what's important to you on a daily basis, there's no way in hell that you can be happy. There's no way in hell that you could be fulfilled and have joy in your life and live a balanced lifestyle and have good relationships and be on the right career path. So, okay, let's do it. 4 things. Body. How do you live a balanced lifestyle on a daily basis in body? Every single day, You're going to do some type of physical activity. It could be 10 push-ups. It doesn't matter. My daily body activity is grounding. What a shocker. Stretching, yoga. That's half of your body. So you get 4 points a day. And for me, for the last, it'll be 2 years in January, every single day, and I can honestly say that every single day for the last almost 2 years now, I have lived a balanced lifestyle in body, spirit, heart, and mind by going through these 4 dimensions and making sure that I score 4 out of 4 every single day. So body, you score a point in body by a half a point by doing something with your body. It could be 10 push-ups, it could be stretching, and that other half of the point is eating something green. How easy is that? So body is doing something physical, some type of exercise, going on a bike ride, taking a walk, stretching, yoga, Pilates, push-ups, exercise bike. I don't care what it is. Wherever you're at, something physical, half a point, eating something green. For most days for me, it's spinach, kale, avocado. So every single day, unless I'm fasting. And when I'm fasting, I score my half a point in body by my fast. I'm doing a dry fast or I'm doing a water fast. So that's body. The second is pure spirit. So body, spirit, heart, and mind. Body, spirit, heart, and mind. Pure spirit is your being, what fulfills you. So how do you score a point in being and fulfillment? Writing in a journal, meditating, praying, looking at anything that triggered you that day and figuring out why did it trigger you. When something triggers you, it's always about you, not about them. If someone triggers you, if you get mad because someone did something and all of your anger is at that person, I promise you that it always comes back to something in you. It's never about them. And we call that, with my Men and Women of Iron group, we call it the Patriot Missile Game. It's a series of 30 to 40 questions that every single day I go through those questions on whatever triggered me. And it can be a negative trigger or a positive trigger. So in order to get a full point for spirit, you're going to do some type of meditation, prayer, or journaling, and taking a look at what triggered you that day, whether it's a positive or a negative trigger, and learning what it is about you. If someone, let's say somebody takes advantage of you and you get pissed off because they took advantage of you. Well, you got pissed off, you got triggered because you're taking advantage of something in your life. And it might not be the exact same way that they took advantage of you, but in some way you're doing the similar thing. Maybe you're taking advantage of yourself by not putting yourself first. And then it pisses you off when someone takes advantage of you because you know that you're not putting yourself first. So when you get triggered, it's always about you. It's never about them. And I can send you to the Men and Women of Iron. It's a free Facebook group, and you can go through all the different trainings that I've spent thousands of dollars going through for free. We provide all of the 7 steps to the Freedom Formula for free by going to the Men and Women of Iron group. So look that up on Facebook, and you can have access to everything that I'm talking about. So body, exercise, and something green, that's 1 point. Spirit, meditation, prayer, journaling. And the second part would be looking at what triggered you that day and finding out what it is about you. Look in the mirror, be honest with yourself. And when you do that every single day, you start growing and maturing like crazy. Third dimension of living is heart. What's heart? Relationships. Every single day, in order to get a full point in heart, remember you have to get 4 out of 4 every single day if you want to take this challenge with me and do what I've done for almost 2 years in a row. Every single day I've scored 4 out of 4. It's completely transformed who I am as a person. I don't react to people anymore. I accept people. I'm patient with people. I am truly more fulfilled, happier. I have more joy in my heart. I attracted the most amazing, wonderful woman into my life because of this journey and the growth that I've gone through over the last 10 years. I have one of the healthiest, most amazing relationships now at 58 years old than I've ever had in my entire life. And 100% is due to the fact that for the last 2 years, I've lived this 4D lifestyle and I've scored 1 point in each of these 4 dimensions of living. So Pure Heart is on a daily basis. You reach out based on a person's love language, look it up online, Google love language. There's a test that you can take, and there's different love languages. So everybody feels loved in different ways. Some people feel loved with words. Some people feel loved with physical touch. Some people feel loved with you spending quality time with them. Some people feel loved with acts of service. And there's one more and I can't remember. So take the test. So in order to score a full point in heart, which is relationships, you need to every single day love someone using their love language. So maybe it's sending a text. Hey, I'm thinking about you. How are you doing today? I love and appreciate you. I'm so happy that you're in my life. To your children, your grandchildren, your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your partner, your husband, a coworker, your best friend, anybody that you care about, 2 people a day, you're going to reach out to them. Maybe it's a video chat. Maybe you send your girlfriend flowers at her work. Maybe you send a text to your team, letting them know how amazing they are and how much you appreciate them. Whatever their love language is. So that's how you score a full point in heart, is you tell 2 people a day or reach out in their love language to 2 different people a day and let them know that you love them. Fourth area in 4-dimensional living is mind, pure mind. What does that mean? That means on a daily basis to score a full point in mind so that you're getting 4 out of 4 every single day, is every single day you're going to learn something new and you're going to teach it. That's it. That's how you get a full point in pure mind. So it could be like I listen to YouTube, I watch YouTube videos on with scientists, clinicians, and doctors on a daily basis. I listen to, I read clinical studies on intermittent fasting, anti-aging, ketosis, hormone balancing on a daily basis. I read books on a daily basis. So every single day, I learn something new and I always teach it. So it could be me doing a Facebook Live or a YouTube video or my podcast. That could be teaching. Teaching it could be sitting in front of a client, coaching them, teaching them something new that I've learned that day. It could be you learn something new, you read a one-page article on the beneficial effects of vitamin C, and you go home that night and you share with your husband, hey, I just read an article on vitamin C. Did you know that 20,000 milligrams of vitamin C per day shrink cancer tumors? That's teaching. That's it. That's the 4D lifestyle. Can you score 4 points a day? Raise your hand. Let me know if you think you can do that. And can you do that every day for 2 years? Because that's what I've done. And I can't even explain to you how it's helped me, what this has meant to me, how much it's changed me, that every single fucking day I show up for myself. Every single fucking day I fulfill myself and I remember who I am and why I'm here. Every single fucking day I live a balanced lifestyle and I repeat what my values are and what my mission is. I repeat it aloud and I write it down every single day. And it has taken me from a person that lived in fear most of the time, would let small little bumps completely blow it would just completely ruin my day. If I got on the phone with somebody, maybe there was a charge on my bank and I don't remember having that charge, and I'd get on the phone. Hey, I see this charge and I don't remember spending that. And I would just like lose my patience and like start like screaming and yelling at the person on the phone because I had so much stuff in my past and so much stuff built up in my heart and my mind and my spirit that I wasn't looking at and I wasn't unraveling and living this 4D lifestyle and figuring out, and it didn't happen overnight, what my values were. And that's my offer to you before I leave. I left in the Facebook group, and I'll make sure that it's posted in the comments in the YouTube video. So if you're watching this on YouTube, look in the comments, and I have a link in the comments to take you through this questionnaire. It's a values questionnaire. It's a total of 12 questions. If you decide to take the questionnaire, please do yourself a favor and spend the appropriate time going through the questions. And what I'm offering to you from my heart, no cost at all, because I'm here to love and to serve and to help, is I'm offering, if you take the time for you and love yourself enough to fill out this form, to fill out this values exercise, I will give you a free coaching call. I will schedule a Zoom call with you, or if you're more comfortable on the phone, that's fine too. And I will go through your answers, and together we will figure out what your values are. So to give you an example, and I'll post this both in the YouTube and in the Facebook postings, there's a whole list of different values. There's at least 50 different values. So for example, some of the values just off the top of my head, and I will post the entire list both in the YouTube channel and in my Facebook pages. But to give you an example, some of the values are love, connection, freedom, fun, leadership, family, children, physical activity, adventure, living on the edge, inclusion, belonging. So those are all values. So me personally, and they've somewhat changed and morphed over the last 2 years because I look at my values every single day. I look at my mission statement every single day. I look at my body, spirit, heart, and mind every single day. And I'm aware and I'm cognizant, and I make sure that I'm doing something in those 4 areas every single day. So just to give you an example, just to be completely open and vulnerable and honest with you, right now, my values, I have 4 values right now that I've come to over the last 2 years. And I didn't start off at these values, but right now, today, October 22nd, 2021, whenever you're watching this or listening to this, my values today are number 1, global impact. I know that sounds really lofty, but I want to have a global impact. I want to make a difference in this world. I want to be a world changer. I want to bring truth to the world and my message of pure living and living a pure life in body, spirit, heart, and mind. So I value global impact, leadership. I'm definitely a leader. I love to lead. I love to teach. My 3rd value is love, connection. I love loving. I think that that's why we're here. We're here to love. We're here to connect. That's what it's all about. And then the 4th thing that I value is freedom. I love freedom. I love being able to travel. I love working out of the home. Just the freedom of experiencing joy, eating what I want to eat, not being addicted to sugar anymore. So those are my values. So I would love to help you discover your values. The questionnaire that I posted on the Facebook group that will also be posted in this YouTube channel will take you through the process of discovering what your values are. And then once you fill that out, it will alert me that you filled that out. And then I will contact you, and we will schedule a free complimentary coaching call so that I can go over all of your answers, and together we can decide and come up with what your values are. So if that seems valuable to you, then I highly encourage you to fill out that questionnaire. It will automatically alert me, as I said, and then I will contact you to set up a coaching call. And then in closing, I just want to read to you my mission statement. It's something that the Men and Women of Iron program has also taught me. Is I need to know what my mission is. I need to know like where I'm going. So my mission is I'm a world changer. I'm a leader of love and light, teaching others how to transform their lives in body, mind, heart, and spirit so that we can experience joy, passion, and fulfill our purpose. That's my mission. So I hope I'm fulfilling my mission. Let me know if this helped. I love you. I'm here to support you. You can absolutely grow and learn and change. You don't have to stay stuck where you are. So if you're feeling stuck right now, if you're listening to me and thinking, that's ridiculous, how can anybody like be that happy and wake up that joyous every single day? I promise you it's possible. And there's answers, and there's a step-by-step method on how to get there. So I'd love to share that with you. Fill out the values questionnaire. It's one of the first steps, and or find the Men and Women of Iron Facebook page. I'll try and throw a link on that in the YouTube channel as well. So we've got the values questionnaire that we want to make sure we have in the comments. And I want to put a list of different values to help so that you understand what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to put a link to the Men and Women of Iron Facebook page so that you can find that, which is completely free, no charge to join that group. I think we have over 1,000 people in that group right now. All right, everybody. Happy Saturday. Thank you for listening. I'm here to love you and support you. This is Dr. CJ Benkert with Pura Vida Wellness, pure life living in body, mind, heart, and spirit so that you can live your most amazing life.